What's going on, everyone? Hope you guys are having a good weekend. And I want to show off a little light here, literally and figuratively. What's your favorite kind of light beer between these three big wigs? Miller, Bud, or Coors? Personally, I like my Mountains Blue. I like them cold. I'm going with Coors, but let me know if it's Miller Lite, Bud Light. Sound off in the comment section to start today's mailbag video. Is mailbag time here on the Cleveland Browns Report. Hope you guys are having a good weekend. Cheers to all of you over 21 watching today. And let's get ready to get into our first question. Remember, if you ever want to get on a future mailbag show, all you got to do is subscribe and then comment your question when I put the community post. So first one, cheers to you, Brett. Brett Roberts asking, love the Deshaun Watson trade. Couldn't be more thrilled for the future with a franchise QB. But would Baker going to Tampa Bay with Tom Brady and Bruce Arians be a good fit? Play under Tom for a year or two and be paired up learning behind Tom. Personally, I hope Baker has a great future career. The guy did a ton for this organization. He showed a lot of heart. You know, something a lot of quarterbacks haven't seen in Cleveland, right? So best wishes to him going forward. Here are my 5, most likely Baker landing spots. The Seahawks makes a ton of sense. No Russell Wilson. I don't know how confident they are in Drew Lock. The Falcons, I know they just signed Mariota. So at this point, we're kind of grasping for straws because there really aren't a bunch of big open, vacancies anymore at this point. The Panthers, they've said they're out on Baker. I was also told Deshaun Watson was out on the Browns. I was also told that Russell Wilson was not going to get traded. Yet here we are. Tampa Bay makes sense because maybe they want to look for the Tom Brady's replacement. They drafted Kyle Trask not long ago. I just haven't heard glowing things from him in practice. I wouldn't expect to either, but still, you'd think you'd hear a murmur once or twice. And then a team that will have me drinking a lot more of these if Baker were to go there, the Pittsburgh Steelers, because wouldn't it be the most Browns thing ever if he went to Pittsburgh and became the next Ben Roethlisberger and tormented the team that gave up on him? Like, could it not be more Cleveland Brown-esque, right? I mean, Joe Hayden on steroids and then some, like a lot. So with that in mind, where will Baker play in 2022? Let me know while I take a sip here. Sound off in the comment section where you think Baker's going to suit up and be playing next season. Next question, Cleveland now and forever. What do you think of the possibility of trading back into the first round? Ooh, sounds fun already. Somehow to get one of those stud wide receivers, as we definitely need more help in that area. Well, appreciate the question, Cleveland now and forever. Here are the Browns' top draft picks. They have the 12th pick in the second round, the 14th pick in the third round, and the 13th pick in the fourth round. There are the actual numbers, but it's so hard to look at 118 and actually know what that means. I like that way of lining it up now. So if they were to bundle all of those picks, meaning all three, according to the trade pick value index calculator, maybe they get into the end of the first. Probably not, though. So is it really worth taking all three of those to trade up in the second a little bit? I don't know. I like the idea of having a couple more picks than the 32nd overall pick, because if you've got the 37th overall pick compared to those 3 other picks, right, 1 versus 3 here, you have 2 more players you have under contract, cheap on their rookie deal for 4 years. As compared to just having 1 player on a rookie deal with a first-round tag, so a little more pricey. I think you stay put, but maybe you disagree. Would you trade 3 picks to get back into the first round? Type T for trade or type P pass. I'm going to stay put where I am. The Browns made their big trade. Let's not mortgage more picks. Let's just say take what we have and go forward with it. Next question, Mason, appreciate it. Now that the Browns don't have the 13th pick, all right, so we got a bit of a trend here. Do you think they can still get a top wide receiver, or will they go with a different position? All right, Producer March, I think we have another question that's pretty similar. Can we get that on screen too? All right, there it is, yeah. All Hats, No Break TV going with, what position do you think we draft at pick number 44? Do you think we go wide receiver, or do you think we go defensive tackle? So very similar questions of what should the Browns do now that they don't have that 13th overall pick? I still like the idea of getting a wide receiver. Here are the top 5 day 2 options I think that would still be out there. George Pickens could have a huge ceiling. And don't forget, there can be great wide receivers in the second round. DK Metcalf was a second round pick. just kind of goes to show that players and teams miss on picks all the time. Sometimes it's not the worst thing in the world to let other teams in front of you make the misses and make the mistakes, and then you get the sloppy seconds in the second round that end up being better. I'm just talking myself into this because we don't have the 13th overall pick anymore. But what we do have here at the Cleveland Browns Reports is free Browns coverage, news, rumors, mock drafts, draft rumors, free agency, and best of all, trade recaps, because when Deshaun Watson got traded, we went live here on the channel. So make sure you're subscribed. Help us get to 7,000 subs by the end of the month. That's my lofty goal. Would appreciate it if you haven't subscribed already. Hit that big red button and make sure you do so. Next question comes in from an absolute badass, James Bond. What could the Browns get in return for Kareem Hunt? And what do you think would have the most and who do you think? What teams? Okay, I'm struggling. I've had too many Coors already. And what teams do you think would have the most interest in trading for him? So, as for Hunt trading spots, Miami makes a little bit of sense. I know they just gave up a ton of picks, but maybe they're going all chips in. And they got Tyreek Hill. They didn't have a running back for quite some time now, so that makes sense. Buffalo's another team. The Bills just haven't had a running back in a little bit now, so I wouldn't be shocked if they wanted to solidify that spot. Or how about the Chargers? Right, look at the AFC West and the arms race that's happened there between Devontae Adams and Russell Wilson and Khalil Mack all getting to the trade of the division. I think they could want to, Austin Eckler's getting a little older there. As for Hunt's trade value, look, Amari Cooper just went for a 5th and a 6th. I think it goes to show. Now, that was mostly because of the big contract he had. As for Kareem Hunt, it's a running back. The Browns were the last team to fleece another team for a running back when they traded Trent Richardson for a first. Every team's learned their lesson from then. It's not going to happen for a day 2 pick. It's not going for a first, right? We all know that. Maybe you get a 4th or a 5th. That's just the nature of running backs. They're super easily replaceable. Gaida, appreciate you, my guy, for the next question. Do you think we can make the playoffs if Watson is suspended? Guido, producer Marsh, who I think is a big anime guy, just typing in my ear. Do you think we can make the playoffs if Watson is suspended for 8 to 10 games? If it's 8 to 10, I'm going to start drinking a little bit right now. This AFC is tough. It's pretty loaded. So if you're not going to have Deshaun Watson for majority of the season, I think anything more than a 6-game suspension, the Browns aren't making the playoffs. Right? We can run through this really quickly. There are 7 playoff spots, 4 division winners. So let's look at just the 3 wild card teams. I think you're going to have at least one from the AFC West, right? Chiefs and Broncos make it, or maybe the Raiders go back in there. And then you have the AFC South. I could see the Titans and the Colts making it, so that's 2 right there. The AFC East has 3 legitimate playoff teams. The Patriots, the Bills, and the Dolphins. And now we arrive to the AFC North. You got the Bengals, who just won the division last year. The Ravens are going to get healthy. And then the Steelers hopefully suck, but you can't quite count them out because they were bad last year and still made the playoffs. I think it would be just way too difficult for Jacoby Brissett to carry the team that long and keep them in the running for Watson to come off the bench and lead them into the postseason. But what do you think? Can the Browns make the playoffs if Watson is suspended? Y for yes or N for no. Let me know what your thoughts are on the Browns' playoff chances, we'll call it, if Deshaun Watson is suspended. David Williams with the next question here in the inbox. Many people are saying that the fan base has turned on Baker like a pack of rabid jackrabbits. Jackals. While others say it's more a pack of starving hyenas. What is a more accurate description? David, I included this question because I just love those analogies so much. Can we go back to it, Marsh? There's a pack of rabid jackals or starving hyenas. I'll go with hyenas because, one, I think hyenas are an underrated animal. They're pretty cool. They were pretty badass in Lion King. And 2, my dog kind of looks like a hyena. We always call her a baby hyena. So I think I'll go with that. But to end it on more of a, I guess, mature note, I think the fan base is obviously split on Baker, but I don't think it's an even 50-50 split, and I don't even think it's 2 camps. I think there's multiple camps. I was in a camp of, I didn't see the Browns making a trade, and Baker was the best option of all the options out there. He was better than anyone in the draft, I felt, and he was better than anyone in free agency, and he was better than trading for Garoppolo or signing Trubisky or someone of that nature. I always said if you could get Rodgers, Wilson, or Watson, then that's an obvious upgrade. But I'm still trying to think of what this question means, David. Maybe you can enlighten me more. All right, that's going to do it for us here. We're going to split here. But hopefully you guys have had a good weekend. Have a good weekend. Cheers to you guys. Let me know what your favorite beer is. Was it Miller, Bud, or Coors? And we're going to catch up with you later here on the Cleveland Browns Report.